Hello, welcome back to another story with me, Miss Ellis. So I found a really good book today. It's gorgeous. It is called Two Bears and it is an epic journey of hope. Ooh, can't wait. So the book is written by Patricia Hegarty and Rotem Teplow. So I hope I've pronounced those correctly. My apologies if I haven't. So get yourself nice and comfortable. Let's begin. This is the story of two bears who lived many, many miles from each other in two very different worlds. Polar Bear lived in the frozen lands of the Arctic. Grizzly Bear lived in the heart of the northern forests. Polar Bear spent her days diving and swimming to the depths of the icy blue ocean in search of food. Grizzly Bear's hunting grounds stretched through the pine woods and clear, sparkling rivers. They may have lived far apart, but when night fell, the two bears would rest beneath the same starry skies, gazing up at the same silvery moon. Gorgeous illustrations, aren't they? A time came when strangers invaded Grizzly Bear's world. Fires raged through the forest as man sought to tame nature. Meanwhile, Polar Bear's home was in peril as the weather became warmer and the ice caps began to melt away. The lives of the two bears were soon to change forever as they were forced to seek a place of safety. And so the journey began. Polar Bear turned her face determinedly to the south. Grizzly Bear began a grueling trek northwards in search of food. The weeks passed and the two bears journeyed on through snow and wind, sunshine and rain. They grew thinner and thinner as food became scarce, but the bears knew that they must stay strong to survive. And then, one day, as the bears were close to despair, a wonderful thing happened. Look at them nosy. The two bears from different worlds came face to face. Was this to be their new home? The bears quickly learned that they had much in common, despite the different colours of their fur. The things that they shared were far more important. Both craved food and shelter and to live their lives in peace and harmony. And so, two bears from different worlds made a life together. With the arrival of spring, two bears became three. Ooh, and the family was complete. Their baby bear looked a little like each of them, and he saw no difference between them. It's gorgeous, isn't he? Oh, it's a baby bear. He knew no other home, and his heart was full. This was his family. Oh, that's the end. Oh, a lovely ending. At the back of this book as well, there's a little bit of information about polar bears and about grizzly bears, and of course baby bears. And there is a little bit about what we can do, because in part of the story it did touch upon how in the Arctic the weather was warming and how there were fires in the forests because men were trying to take over the forests, weren't they? So it does say what we can do. So shall we just read this little bit to see what we can do? It says, waste not, want not. We can help by not wasting precious resources. We can reuse shopping bags. I do that, do you? Yes. And recycle household items. So everybody can do that. There's no excuse. We've all got the bins. So I hope you do that at home. We are what we eat. Buying locally sourced produce and eating less meat and dairy will help to reduce our carbon footprint. So that's another thing we can do. And I really like this one. It says, walk, don't ride. We don't always need to jump in the car. If we can walk or use public transport instead, we will help to reduce harmful carbon emissions. And you know, that's one that I'm working on myself. I've got a bike and I'm very lucky to work not very far from my home. So I am trying my best to do a weekly ride to school. I haven't managed it yet because I've only just got myself a bike, but it's one of my things that I'm trying to do to help reduce carbon emissions. So fingers crossed, we can all do our bit, can't we? And all try our best. But how gorgeous is this story? Oh, it's a baby bear. I do. I think my favourite story is the one with ginger babies in it. Have you seen The Baby Beast? Oh, love that book. Oh! So, anyway, I'll calm down now. So, take care of yourselves. I'll see you again for another story. Bye.
If you enjoyed that story, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel to reach new people. And remember to hit that subscribe button so that you can keep updated with all my new videos. Take care. Bye for now.